Hey, welcome to the Advanced Pathophysiology and Pharmacology for Nurse Educators at Grand Canyon University. I just wanted to say a quick hello. Hopefully all of you are able to get to the YouTube and view this. I'm excited about this class. I have seen some of the posts, welcome posts, and know we have one student that's in Afghanistan, and thank you for your service in the Army. And also we have a student in Okinawa who assists families there in the U.S. Army. Thank you for your service there. We have a jam-packed full agenda here for the next several weeks. I think it's 8 weeks. I would recommend obviously go through the syllabus. There's a lot in it, and deliverables. This first week, not much, but then we have the discussion questions each week, and then obviously more reading than any one human being can possibly do, but learn to read the headings and things like that. There's obviously lots of material here, so I've looked through the syllabus. I've kind of looked through it and gone topically. General physiological and pathophysiologic concepts is our first week, where we look at just some of the basic things about anatomy and physiology of the cell, cell membrane transport, cellular injury, processes of cellular adaptation, and multifactorial inheritance and genetics of common diseases, and look at the inflammatory responses and defense mechanisms. So those are the objectives of our first week. So we look at those objectives and use those as your study guide, really, to learn. It doesn't look like there's any online tests, objective tests or anything, but it looks like there's a lot of papers and research kinds of things. So look ahead for those, and also, if you need to look at the calendar. Like this week has week 1. It has a general physiologic concepts discussion. Question 1, October 17th. Discussion number 2 is October 19th. Then next week, and each week starts on Thursday. Next week we have principles of safe use of pharmacologic and herbal substances. Looks like we're talking about at that time an acid-base case study, and we have some discussion questions that week. And so I'd look through those. I'm kind of looking at the week 1, week 2, week 3, and I printed out a calendar and whatnot. Then week 4, week 5 is cardiovascular system. I think it starts in week 4. We start looking at each system. So respiratory is week 4. Week 5 is cardiovascular. Week 6 is gastro and genitourinary. Week 7 is neurologic and musculoskeletal. I'll get that right. And week 8 we get into endocrine. So there's quite a lot of information. I know you're wanting to be, most of you have mentioned your desire for nurse education, and I get it. I'm a nurse educator, have been since, a nurse educator since 2004, and I've worked, in many different settings, and we can talk more about that. And if you do want a face-to-face, as I've said, and I responded to some of your posts, that I'm on Skype, so that's always an option. Skype is a Paul.Williamson39. So I don't use Skype that much, but it's an option if you want to meet or have something you need to discuss. And you have my phone number. You can always reach me by phone. And I don't like to do long YouTube recordings, so I'm usually under 10 minutes at the very max. So I live in Tucson, Arizona, and it's becoming very nice now, starting to cool off, and our winters here are wonderful. Our summers are really, really hot. But at any rate, I'm here, and I have a wife, and I have 5 grandkids and 2 daughters. One of my daughters and her 3 grandkids are living with us now. So at any rate, it's an interesting phase of life for me. So anyway, just the 2 things were to certainly review the syllabus carefully, and then get you a calendar, and stay up with the deliverables, and we will just learn a ton here. Okay, so I'm going to sign off for now.